What is up, YouTube? Today we will be going over some more C++, and what we're going to be doing today is what is it called? I forgot what we're going over. Give me 1 second. And nano. Let's see what I got going on here. We're going to be going over structs. This right here is a program I made earlier. But we're going to try to redo that program the best we can. Or here's what we'll do. Check out my nice new desktop. Got all my system specs going and everything. If you guys want to learn how to do that, follow me, subscribe, because I'll do that whenever I get more subscribers. Tmux, and we'll split this in half, and then we will nano over here, and then sudo nano test2, that's CPP. And give me 1 second, I have to grab an external keyboard and plug it up really quick. I didn't know it came unplugged on me. But we'll be going over why this is useful and all the good stuff. So keyboard is working. And the first thing you want to do is the number include. I'll be going over, we're basically going to copy this over here, and I'm going to explain what each part of it does. So the include IO stream includes the header to where we can bring in the using, if I could spell, using namespace std, and this basically lets us use the cin and cout command to get user input. And we're also going to include string, which lets us make strings as a value, basically like a variable string for people to input. So next thing, we use the keyword struct, and what this does is it tells us we're about to make a struct, and then what follows it is the name of the struct. So we have a struct named people now, and inside of this, you always want to put a semicolon at the end, by the way. Inside of it is what you're going to have in the struct as variables, but they have no memory stored to them yet. You store the memory later on, so these have no values initially. You just put them in there. So what do we want for people to have? What do people have? People have name or ages, and that's an integer. And the reason we brought in the string is because people have names, so you gotta be able to print that out. And we're gonna put in people's emails, and then we're gonna declare this void who, and then people, and then person. Now what this says is that void means we're starting a function of void that doesn't return any value, and the function name is who, and we're using our struct people, and then we're passing a parameter called person. Alright, and then we use curly brackets for what happens in the function. You put it inside the curly brackets, and we'll do you just want to get the basics of your program first and then make it pretty afterwards, as I like to do. So we'll just go ahead and cout, which basically prints to the screen, person.name. And what this is going to do is it's going to say that it passes person to the parameter of, it passes person as a parameter, the person name, to people. So it's basically saying people.name. Alright, so people.name, and then we'll pass through person dot age, and then person dot email. So that's good to go right there. Now this int main is the main function. You always need one in every C++ program, and it's basically what your program does. So now we're going to say people. Our struct name is people, and then we're going to define someone to put inside of our struct, or something. And what we're putting inside the struct is a person called me. Alright? And then we're going to say me.age. The dot is what you use to the variable for the people struct is me, and then each value inside of the struct itself needs to hold a variable. So by saying me.age, we're basically saying people, me, and my age equals, and I'm 19 years old, by the way, me.name equals, and then Ninjax is what I go by as my anonymous name. Me.email equals, and Ninjax at tormail.org. Close that off with a semicolon, and then cout end line, or we don't do that. I'm so sorry. I'm getting a little bit too ahead of myself. But we do need it right here at the end of this last call to the who function, because it's going to be the last one to execute, and you don't want your email to be on the same line as your console's command line. I don't know exactly the name of it. I'll show you here in a second. And then we type in who, me. And what this is saying is we're calling our function who, we're calling on it now, and then we're passing the parameter for person as me. So it's basically saying people, me, and then it's going to basically be me.name is what it's going to print out. So me.name is going to print out, then me.age, and then me.email. And we'll see if we did this correctly. And G++ and test2.cpp. We'll write it out to a file called test2. And we got to be sudo. I always forget that. Sudo. And prompted for the password. And it works, so let's call on test2. And it says ninjax19 ninjax at tormail.org. So you know it's working now, and as I said, you can go back and make it pretty afterwards. So to do that, we just go up here and cout end L, cout end L. Oh my gosh. End L. There we go. And you can go down here and add a little bit more to this, or up here. So first it prints out person.name, and you can say cout the chosen name was, and then right here you can say cout, and then you can call on the person.name to print their name out. So cout ninjax basically, because we have ninjax through the parameter down here, so it's going to say ninjax, and then we're going to write out again a space, or we'll just put apostrophe s, so, or no, just a space is and close that off after another space, and it will print out the age, and we'll go C out right here, years old after a space. Now this is where I was trying to do the other part. Right here we can say person.name apostrophe S. So that's basically going to say Ninjex's email, do it like this. Email is, see how that looks right now. And let's call on it. Ninjex is 19 years old. Ninjex's email is ninjex@tormail.org. The chosen name was Ninjex. So there you go. That's kind of how you can do it. And you can easily add more people to your struct. So if we wanted to add a person, basically, we'll say like someone named Susie. People.Susie. Susie.name, or age is first. Susie.age equals 5. She's young. Susie.name equals Susie. And Susie.email equals Susie@Susie.Susie. And then down here we can call in Susie. And there you go. The chosen name was Susie. Susie is 5 years old, and her email is Susie@Susie.Susie. We could have configured this to where you have someone type in a name, and if you could say if a name equals Ninjex, and then it would return all the values. It would run the who function on Ninjex, and you could say else if name equals Susie, do this. Else, if neither one of those are valid, print out invalid name. But we'll go over that a little bit later, and I hope you guys enjoy my video and my cool desktop that I can show you guys how to make if you subscribe, like, and comment. And I don't even have 1 subscriber yet, so be the first one, guys. And I'll show you how to pimp out a desktop like mine, get all your system specs going and everything. So this has been Anonymous Mentor, and I will catch you guys later.